It's a beautiful planet, and right now you can see it right here on Cayman 27. In this series, we'll travel to some of the most fascinating places as we explore the UNESCO heritage sites found around the world. From Stonehenge to the Grand Canyon, there are thousands of sites that will leave you in awe. Beautiful Planet is a series that will take a closer look into these wonders of the world. Join us to witness this beautiful planet.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. We're Cayman 27, Cayman Informed.
Coming up next, Governor Martin Roper says there's room for improvement at Northwood Prison.
An early morning collision sends one cyclist to the hospital.
And we will tell you what you need to do to protect yourself during flu season.
The under-20s kick off at the CONCACAF Championships, plus back-to-back winners at the Cayman Islands Triathlon.
And we had some afternoon showers in the Grand Cayman area. Radar still picking up some activity. I'll have a full forecast for you coming up.
Cayman 27 News is coming up next.
Premier League is back. Sign up for the Sports Pack today and fuel your passion for football. Sports is life, only on Flow.
From happy beginnings and life choices that we make along the way,
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
Family protection and long-term financial plans.
Business insurance and generous employee benefits.
For happy beginnings to happy ever after, visit BritK.ky.
BritK, where people come first.
Let Elite Marble and Granite bring the charm of Italy to your home. Made from only the best materials. Santa Margherita Quartz is handcrafted at a state-of-the-art facility located in Italy and then journeys across the ocean to Elite Marble and Granite, who is the exclusive distributor in the Caribbean. Elegant and resistant, Santa Margherita Quartz products offer a large choice of colors, textures, and exclusive finishes. Call 945-9028 or visit us online at elite.ky. Elite Marble and Granite, where perfection costs less.
You're watching Cayman 27 News, Cayman Informed. Brought to you by Foster's Food Fair. At Foster's Food Fair, we care. Flow.
Good evening, I'm Kevin Morales.
And I'm Taylor Burrows. Thank you for tuning in. Governor Martin Roper says while Northwood Prison is a good facility, it's still a work in progress.
Today, Cayman's 14th governor toured the facility, and Cayman 27's Seaford Russell Jr. was there. He has a story.
Cayman's new governor, Martin Roper, says though Northwood Prison needs some enhancements, it is still better than most.
Compared to the other overseas territories, this is a good facility, but all these facilities have issues and challenges, and it's about continuous improvement.
On Monday, Governor Roper visited the prison for the first time, and he says he spoke with some of the prison inmates.
So talking to some of the prisoners, I've got a sense for what the issues are on their minds.
While he did not share those concerns with the media, he did address the issue of overcrowding within the prison walls.
I mean, that clearly is an issue, and it's something that the director, and I know Minister Rivers is very aware of, and work is in progress to try and deal with that problem as effectively as possible.
Governor Roper stressed that even though prisoners are paying for their crimes, they still need to be treated fairly.
I mean, prison ultimately, people are sent to prison for punishment, but it's not for punishment. The prison is a punishment, so rights of the prisoners is something which is also really important.
Governor Roper also praised the staff at Her Majesty's Northward Prison for their continuous service.
I think it's a hugely important service that the prison officers provide, and we should all be hugely grateful for what they do.
Seaford Russell, Cayman 27.
And the next stop for the governor, a flyover on the police helicopter.
A cyclist is sent to the hospital after an early morning collision in Boddentown. According to police, the collision happened at Christiana Forbes intersection around 6 a.m. They say a Honda Civic and the cyclist collided, and the cyclist was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigations continue. And police continue their search for a lone gunman who robbed the Shedden Road branch of KFC on Friday night. The incident happened around 9 p.m. and police say a man wearing a dark-colored hoodie entered the fast food outlet brandishing a firearm. They say he then robbed the restaurant and fled. The robber escaped with an undisclosed sum of cash. Police say no shots were fired and there were no injuries. Anyone with information regarding this incident is encouraged to call the Georgetown Police Station at 949-4222.
Opposition leader Ezra Miller accuses government of moving the goalposts on the cruise berthing project.
And an August press release, the tourism ministry detailed the steps of the procurement process. It noted that submission of final tenders from the 3 remaining bidders was due in October. Mr. Miller says it's his understanding that a final bidder won't be named until next year.
They keep moving the goalposts. We were told most recently that they hope to select the successful bidder of the 3. Now I understand that that's been put off to March. I hope so, because I hope it never happens. But, you know, we don't know because the government itself is not definitive in anything.
Multiple attempts to reach the Ministry of Tourism for comment on this story were unsuccessful. Joe Avery going to join us now with what I hope is a successful weather week.
Hey.
What is success when it comes to weather, right?
Just surviving it.
Yeah,
you know,
there you go.
Today,
right, there you
today
go.
it took some intestinal fortitude to get through the noonday traffic rush. With the rain kind of pounding down, I went in to a building and it was gorgeous. Didn't take the umbrella. I came out, had to run.
Right.
It was only like 20 steps, but I got soaked. I looked like basically polka dotted with raindrops.
Right.
But hopefully that didn't happen to you. Hopefully you paid attention and knew that Monday we'd be giving you a 30% chance of rain. But hey, sometimes 30 is a little bit bigger than on other days. And today was one of those days, guys.
Right, cool. All right, Joe will be back in about 15 minutes with our full weather forecast. Thank you, Joe. As we enter the festive period, its less merry cousin, flu season, is also right around the corner.
Cayman's Public Health Department is encouraging everyone, visitors and residents, to get vaccinated against flu, and it's free.
Cayman 27's Caroline James explains why you should consider it.
The Public Health Department says they usually see around 115 cases of flu every week. But now we're entering flu season, which peaks around December, January time. They do expect that figure to rise.
Nurse manager Joanna Rosewright says getting the flu shot is about more than just protecting yourself.
Prevention is better than cure. So it is quite important to take the vaccines instead of being, absent from work for several days because of getting the flu, or passing it on to someone else.
Everyone older than 6 months is advised to get vaccinated, but some groups are especially at risk.
The group between 6 months to 5 years, especially on the 2 years, a higher risk. Pregnant women are higher circulating.
The vaccine also won't protect you from catching a cold. But what's the difference?
The main difference that you'll see between the cold and the flu is persons with flu will get a fever and body aches, generalized body aches.
So next time you claim to have man flu, remember the symptoms will give you away. Caroline James, Cayman 27.
You can get the flu vaccine at the Cayman Islands Hospital, at district health centers in Grand Cayman, Faith Hospital in Cayman Brac, and the Little Cayman Clinic.
Employers who have 20 interested employees can contact the Public Health Department for on-site workplace vaccination, and those details are on our website. Auditor General Sue Winspear has flagged government's slow implementation of recommendations from her office's reports, some dating back as far as 2015. Today, Ms. Winspear released her follow-up on past public accounts recommendations report, and in it, she says out of the 8 reports produced by her office, only recommendations in 2 of them have been fully implemented. Ms. Winspear added, "I am also concerned that some of the original recommendations with limited or no progress to date go back as far as 2015, and that implementation dates for some recommendations continue to be rescheduled into the future." To read the full report, head over to cayman27.ky.
And coming up right after this break, the 2018-2019 Green Iguana Cull enters its 2nd week. We take a look at the latest numbers.
CNCF's latest offerings failed to attract a crowd in its opening week, but its director says the show must go on.
And a community comes together to give a popular park a facelift. Those stories and more right after this.
Some say the time of miracles is past, but we see miracles all around us, every day. Some could not walk. Some could not breathe. Some had lost all hope. But something amazing happened. Something that can't be analyzed or quantified. Something that is more than good medicine. Holy Cross.
The 2018-2019 Green Iguana Cull enters its 2nd week, and Cayman 27's Joe Avery joins us live in the studio here to break down all the numbers. Now, Joe, I also understand that there's already been some changes for colors. Tell us a little bit more about that.
That's right, Kevin. They said the term, reflexive management on this, and they are making changes on the fly. The DOE says it's no longer accepting disembodied iguana heads due to last week's reports of headless iguana carcasses being dumped into canals and even at boat launch facilities across the island. Now to the important part, the numbers. Cullers delivered a total of 53,464 green iguanas to the counting station for the 1st week of culling. Now, after a big opening day total of more than 13,000 iguanas, the numbers took a bit of a dip for the rest of the week, but still Tuesday through Sunday average close to 8,000 iguanas per day.
It's to be expected that it would start strong and taper off immediately, because all the really accessible iguanas have probably been mopped up very, very, very quickly. So we're not expecting to see another 50,000 this week for sure, but we're hoping we can sustain at least 6,000 a day on average, because that's the kind of numbers that we're looking for if we're going to reach our long-term target and get the iguana population down in a serious way.
Now, while cullers are out and about in search of the invasive green iguana on Grand Cayman, the DOE is taking a different strategy for green iguana control on Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Grand Cayman is the ultimate threat or scary scenario of what it might be like. We have community groups on both islands, and we have a DOE intern on Little Cayman who is searching weekly and reports all the search results to DOE. On the BRAC,
DOE teams are on Cayman BRAC this week assisting with green iguana control operations. In the studio, Joe Avery, Cayman 27.
The Cayman National Cultural Foundation's production of the critically acclaimed play Moon on a Rainbow Shawl debuted this weekend at the Hartwell Theater.
And the cast and crew gave a stirring performance last Friday night, but there was hardly anyone there to see it. Cayman 27's Joe Avery has the story.
It's heartbreaking in a way when you don't get an audience, but we know that we have to do the work. It doesn't matter.
Despite lackluster attendance for opening weekend of CNCF's production of Moon on a Rainbow Shawl, artistic director Henry Mutu says the show must go on.
Yes, I mean, the truth is that, you know, we can't, I guess a theater can't control or dictate for people that they should come and see certain plays.
Set in a tenement yard in 1950s Trinidad, Moon on a Rainbow Shawl is a powerful ensemble drama drawing on the universal theme of hope for something better. Mr. Mutu says cast and crew spent 5 months preparing the show for the Hartwell stage.
I don't think there's a dull moment in the play. I think that people won't be bored at all if they come to this play. And I think they'll experience a level of theater, a level of playing, a level of visual theater that they, I don't want to say they have never seen, but that they, you know, it's not easy to come by.
He says attracting a local audience for a serious work of drama can be challenging, in contrast to the long-running and popular comedy Rundown.
And while comedy is great, and I love comedy, I think that sometimes you have to present the society to people and say, look, here is another way that you could look at the work that we are doing, as a society, as a group of people here, and as a country.
And just as the play's central character Ephraim decides to leave the tenement yard for the promise of something better, Mr. Mutu is asking for audiences to take a chance on Moon on a Rainbow Shawl.
I think that we should not stay in our own yards. We should, meaning our minds, we should try and expand it so that we can see how other people experience and negotiate life.
Joe Avery, Cayman 27.
Moon on a Rainbow Shawl is playing at the Hartwell Theater on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays this month through November 25th.
And tickets are available at the CNCF office or online. We'll have the link on our website. Just head over to cayman27.ky.
Over the weekend, Rotaract collaborated with Endeavor Construction, the Public Works Department, and Georgetown MLA Joey Hugh to give Wattlers Park a phenomenal makeover. During their efforts, cabanas at the park were fixed, and the walls surrounding the park was painted by members from the Art Nest studio. Rotarian Stephanie White says she hopes members of the public will enjoy their community service.
At the end, what we're hoping for is that the community will appreciate the environment that's created here. It'll give a place for kids to play safely, to communicate face-to-face, not just on social media, get them outside, get them in the fresh air, and really appreciate what Cayman has to offer.
Rotary Next project will be at the Garvin Park in West Bay.
Cayman's new governor spent last week meeting local legislators, getting to grips with local issues.
Mr. Roper revealed details of how he sees his governorship playing out, alongside Cayman's elected officials.
I think one of the important ways the governor can support the local government is to have influence quietly behind the scenes, and I don't want to sort of get on the front foot publicly at this stage about specific issues.
And a reminder, we'll have Mr. Roper here live in the studio on Wednesday night's show. You won't want to miss it.
Probably somewhere right in here. Yes. We're looking forward to it. All right, with that, let's head over to sports. Jordan, what can we expect?
Well,
yeah, it's a good spot for him.
That's a good one right there. You know, big weekend. You know, it never stops here in Cayman. Constantly sports off the field here in Cayman. We got the under-20s of the CONCACAF Championships. Plus, the 22nd Cayman Islands Triathlon took to the road Sunday morning. Would there be a three-time winner? Who would come out? Well, there he is, but the whole story is coming next.
A timely response. That matters. Owning your own home. That matters. Supporting our community. that matters. When your child smiles, that matters. Good encounters, great experiences. It matters at Cayman National.
Have you heard? They have new daily meal deals at Popeyes. A different meal with side every day of the week for the same price of just $3.99. Monday is chicken soup with rice. Tuesday for the chicken bowl. 2 tenders on Wednesday. A loaded chicken wrap on Thursday. It's all about that shrimp on Friday. Chicken nuggets to start the weekend. And the mixed 2-piece to finish.
The new daily meal deals from Popeyes. A different meal every day, served with the world-famous best dressed chicken for only $3.99. Only at Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen on Eastern Avenue.
This is the Volvo Ocean Race, the story of a 45-year obsession. Sailing's iconic race around the world, the ultimate test of a team, and the place where elite sport meets human adventure. With up to 10 sailors packed into 65 feet of carbon fibre for weeks on end, in a race that lasts almost 9 months, it's an adventure that borders on a psychological experiment.
From happy beginnings and life choices that we make along the way,
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
health insurance with far-reaching benefits,
Family protection and long-term financial plans.
business insurance and generous employee benefits.
For happy beginnings to happy ever after, visit BritK.ky.
Brit K, where people come first.
Urban Sports is brought to you by Elite Marble and Granite, where perfection costs less.
Welcome back. Happy Monday. We start on the pitch. Cayman's national boys under 20s took to the IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida Sunday for their first game of the group stage of the CONCACAF Under 20 Championships versus El Salvador. Now 2 goals in the first half by the Blue, a penalty in the 39th minute by Jose Portillo, and a second goal in the 41st by Jorge Cruz, all but sealed the victory for Los Cuscalecos in the second half. El Salvador would add a third. Now Cayman's Kareem Foster would provide the sole source of offense for Cayman in the 56th minute. 3-1 the final. Here's Foster speaking to CONCACAF on the loss.
Experience for like being in the World Cup qualifiers, that is just to learn. Our first time playing a team out of like our region, which is El Salvador. That's like a big, and like to score a goal in them as a team, we kept fighting to the end. I think we did well, so.
All right, coming up, the rest of the group stage. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Cayman takes on Guyana. Thursday, Cayman plays Guatemala. Saturday, Cayman faces Curacao. Now, only the group winners move on to the quarterfinals and a chance to play at the Under-20 World Cup in Poland next year. All right, switching gears. Early Sunday morning, 121 individuals, along with 48 team participants, put their endurance to the test at the 22nd Cayman Islands Triathlon. Now, for 2-time winner Patrick Harfield, he'd look to improve on him amateur course record set last year of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 37 seconds.
Oh, here we go. There's your male winner, Patrick Harfield, number 258. Good job, Patrick.
There he is, Mr. Triathlon himself, Patrick Harfield, taking it once again. 2 hours, 14 minutes, 28 seconds. Olympic distance there. Phil McCaddy falling there for second, but the day would belong to Harfield. Here he is on that 24.8-mile bike and the final 6.2-mile run-in to finish.
Just at Bassabanu was all the way down to the end this time, so doing that 4 times made it a fraction longer on the route. But yeah, harder going into the wind, so a slightly slower bike time than this year. Held my position on the bike and then took it into the run. Started off feeling all right, but it was warm out on the run today, really warm. But managed to hold my position and yeah, bring the win in. So pretty happy with that.
Very nicely done. And Harfield now a 3-time winner. Let's take a look. Harfield first, McCaddy second, Jamie Hughes third, just 2 minutes separating the 3. Female Olympic distance, Nadine Gray now back-to-back Cayman Islands Triathlon winner, 2 hours, 32 minutes, 56 seconds. Alyssa Dodson second, and 2014 Women's Olympic winner Michelle Bailey comes in third. All right, a team of youth Little Leaguers traveled to Florida this past weekend. Their second time representing the Cayman Islands at the Caribbean Baseball Organization's International Baseball Tournament. Now, Cayman played 4 games in total. Game 1 against the U.S. Virgin Islands. Cayman would lose 15-1. Second game, Canada defeated Cayman 7-2. Game 3 was an exhibition versus the team from Boca Raton. They'd lose a close one, 8-7. Fourth and final game was against Bahamas. They'd lose 8-2, but valuable experience nonetheless. And coming up tonight on Let's Talk Sports, we have 2 players from that team, Neil McComb and Aiden McAllister, to talk about the tournament. All right, Joe Avery's got your weather next. Stick around.
Come receive your miracle, your healing, salvation, encouragement. Hear the word of the Lord from David Turner, Monday to Wednesday, November 5 to 7 at 7 p.m. at Town Hall, Georgetown, 42 4th Street, Grand Cayman. Admission free. Call 345-925-7798 or email info@avodaproductions.com. Experience healing through worship. Experience the anointing as David Turner ministers. Don't you miss it.
Fresh fir Christmas trees are on their way to Hurley's. Our containers arrive from the forests of Quebec on November the 24th. These fresh, fragrant balsam firs won't last long. If you plan on having a tree in your home, order yours today. There's a shortage of trees coming to the island this year. Make sure your family has a green Christmas. Order your tree today at hurleys.ky/ordering. Hurley's, get fresh trees with us.
Fresh at Hurley's.
It's that time of year again for the annual Cayman 27 Parade of Lights, brought to you by Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited. We're calling all boats to join us Saturday, December 1st at Camana Bay as the water comes to life with this year's theme, Christmas Around the World. It's completely free to enter, and there's a chance to win $1,000 and 2 general admission tickets to Kaboo. Or enter just for fun. Private and commercial boats are welcome. For more information and to register your boat, click on cayman27.ky.
Make the most of your morning at Burger King with Burger King's unbeatable breakfast special. 2 croissants for just $4. Take 2 bacon, egg, and cheese croissants, 2 sausage, egg, and cheese, or mix and match. Add a refreshing OJ or delicious hash browns, plus tea or coffee for a true breakfast of champions. 2 croissants for just $4, available until 10:30 weekdays and 11 a.m. on weekends. Only at Burger King, 7 Mile Beach, Waterfront, Walkers Road, Town Center Plaza, and now Red Bay.
And you know, if somebody gets video at Stingray City of an 8-foot hammerhead swimming around out there and sends it to the news hotline, you know I'm going to air it on the weather. Anyway, it is a great video, and I'm out here just talking about it. I got one question, though. How come none of y'all jumped in to swim with it? All right, you know, that's what I would have done out there, but hey, maybe I'm just crazy. We've got the AccuWeather forecast right up here. You can see the radar. We've got some showers in the area. We were just talking in the studio, me and Taylor Burrows, about how she was impacted by the rain. I got wet myself walking from point A to point B, but hey, it's just a fact of life. But you can see these storms are heading out that way. Exit stage left, as we always used to say back in my theater days. Anyway, tomorrow, TGI Tuesday, we're looking for pretty much the same, 30% chance of showers, maybe a little thunder, east to northeast winds 5 to 10 knots, slight seas 1 to 3 feet, so pretty good out there. I don't know if we're going to see that same chance of rain today. I mean, it was 30% chance of rain after all for today, but you can see that it's always 100% chance of rain if you just happen to be under those raindrops, guys. But the week ahead looking pretty good, 30% chance of showers through the week until we get to Friday. It goes down to a 20% chance for Friday. Seas really get flat. Light variable winds. It's going to be a gorgeous week out there. Hopefully, if we don't get too many more of these rainy afternoons to kind of soak us on the way from the car to the next assignment, things like that, we'll be sitting pretty. Anyway, that's about it for me right now. I'm going to go ahead and kick it on over back to my friends at the desk, Dr. Taylor and the man, Kevin Morales.
Thank you very much, Joe. Flow introduces a new product package to the Cayman telecommunications market.
Quad Play, which launched on Friday, gives customers the opportunity to pay 1 bill for 4 services: TV, mobile, broadband, and home phone.
And this is what we're trying to stress so much. It's one provider being able to do all of this. There is nobody else that can give you this in one package. and now you can save tremendously, right?
The service starts from $199 per month up to $399.
Coming up in the second half hour of Cayman 27 News, we meet 2 of the 5 finalists in the running for the Young Caymanian Leadership Awards. Sticking around, Kimberly Connolly and Wilbur Welcome join us live. And remember, we want you to WhatsApp us any photos, videos, news tips. We want to know what's happening in your community. The WhatsApp news line is 527-2727. We'll be right back.
It's that time of year again for the annual Cayman 27 Parade of Lights, brought to you by Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited. We're calling all boats to join us Saturday, December 1st at Cayman Bay as the water comes to life with this year's theme, Christmas Around the World. It's completely free to enter, and there's a chance to win $1,000 and 2 general admission tickets to Kaboom. Or enter just for fun. Private and commercial boats are welcome. For more information and to register your boat, click on cayman27.ky.
From happy beginnings and life choices that we make along the way,
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
health insurance with far-reaching benefits,
Family protection and long-term financial plans.
business insurance and generous employee benefits.
For happy beginnings to happy ever after, visit BritK.ky.
Brit K, where people come first.
We believe that every life matters and that we are all connected. One community, one people. We believe in compassion to give dignity to those that society has let down. We strive to conquer fear, and we believe that the power to heal is a gift. This is who we are. This is what we believe. Holy Cross.
Welcome back to the second half hour of Cayman 27 News. I'm Taylor Burrows. The 2018 Young Caymanian Leadership Awards Gala is coming up this weekend, and in the run to the event, we will be being a finalist. And to you, Kimberly, we know each other from BW. So welcome to the show, and nice to have you. Why don't you start, Wilbur, since I'm not as familiar with you, telling me a little bit about your platform and what you're advocating for this year.
Okay, my platform is short and sweet. I believe in I am my brother's keeper. And it's a platform regarding caring for each other, having compassion for each other. So that's what I aim to get from the people I interact with and the children I interact with.
And how do you feel in the run-up to this event this weekend?
Oh, it's nerve-wracking. Anyone who tells you different, they have nerves of steel. It is nerve-wracking. We just want to get it over with at this point.
And there's so much to do. I remember from my experience when I was a finalist as well.
Yes, there's things like this that we're not used to.
Have you seen any of the production tapes that they made of a compilation of all your accolades and achievements yet, or is that a surprise?
No, this is going to be a surprise on the night, so we have no idea what to expect. But I'm sure April will do good stuff for us.
I'm sure she will. But from your information, I saw that you were involved in all of these, the Chamber of Commerce, you were a national football player. I mean, you've got a lot of diversity in your background. Do you want to tell us a little bit about you for people that aren't familiar with you?
Sure. So I'm born and raised here all my life. I played a lot of football as a kid. I actually played a lot of sports. Football seemed to come naturally to me, so I played football for the national team. But that was many years ago. I ended up going off to university to get a bachelor's degree in accounting and then a master's in business administration. And then I came back and worked in several fields, accounting, monetary authority, and now I'm currently with the Ministry of Financial Services, doing policy and legislation for the Cayman Islands government.
Wow, well, definitely a busy man, so good luck to you this weekend, and I'll be happy to learn more about you in the future, I'm sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Kimberly, tell us about your book. I mean, you've got so much going on as well and everything at CITA, they like to say. So do you want to give us a little bit of a rundown?
So the book is out. It's been out since March. I am extremely excited. It is one that is short and sweet, however, it's very profound.
And it's called again, sorry?
The Harmonizing Truth. So, you know, you read a lot and you just think about, okay, where did that go? So when I was writing this, and actually today, 3 years ago, is when I started penning it.
Wow.
Yes. So it was quite interesting. It's about a girl that was raised to be perfect, because that's what's expected of all of us, right? Perfection. And it bled over into her adulthood. She was unable to sustain that and maintain that. And she meets this guy, and then you can pick it up at Books and Books to find out the rest of the story.
Cliffhanger.
Yes.
I think that story is quite familiar to a lot of women and probably men as well, but absolutely salient. And also, the one thing I wasn't really familiar with was your foundation. This, how do you pronounce it? CAC?
It's KAC Foundation.
And those are your initials as well?
Yes. However, they stand for kindness, awareness, compassion, because those are the things that we, as Wilbur said, want to embody within ourselves and for everyone in the community to do as well. So there's issues like child abuse, domestic violence, and unemployment, which are great social issues that no one's really talking about, and they affect other parts of our society as well. So KAC was formed for that purpose, to lend a helping hand, to bring awareness to certain issues that no one wants to talk about. And so far we have, you know, the reception has been really good. It won't be like most other charities that you see that, you know, very flamboyant. It's quietly working under the scenes. If you're in need and I observe that you're in need, then I will help you, because it's self-funded. And that's one of the, and that's one of the things that I wanted to be able to do to control what I do with you know, my resources.
Sure.
Because a lot of people, I think, are abusing the systems that have allowed them to abuse it. And I wanted to be able to, people that are destitute and in need are getting help.
Well, I know that those three things are very diverse as well, even though they're interrelated. So child abuse, domestic violence, and unemployment, I could see the correlation there.
Exactly.
But I know that, you know, in BPW, we've worked with a lot of different companies that specify certain particular issues, but that's bringing a lot in one place, which is probably very helpful for the clients themselves.
Right.
And I'm just wondering, for the two of you, before we have to go, what will you do? What will be the most important thing that you do if you are the recipient of the award?
I think we agreed today on the radio that we're going to sleep in on Sunday morning.
Priority number one is sleep.
Yes. Work starts on Tuesday for whoever the recipient is, because it is a long weekend, and I think that's probably the best thing about having it this weekend. But I think, you know, just getting our platforms out there, getting, you know, laying the foundation of what our message would be for the next year would be what my message would be on Tuesday morning, if I am the recipient.
And if you?
Similarly, but I think it'll be work for all of us. So no matter who the recipient is, I'm sure we will pull on each other's strengths, and where one can't speak, we will get someone else to speak. So we plan to not just be one of us, it'll be 5 of us out there this year.
Inclusive leadership, comprehensive success.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And because it takes a village.
Yes.
It takes a village.
Thank you very much, both of you, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So stick around. There'll be more news after the break. And don't forget to WhatsApp us your news tips, videos, and photos to our phone line, 527-2727.
Sometimes having a middleman is not a bad thing, especially when it comes to insurance. Do you know that when it comes to cost, ease, speed, and peace of mind, insurance brokers ranked higher than when customers buy direct? So, for all your insurance needs, call Fidelity Insurance. We're the middleman you want. Call us today at 949-7822. Fidelity. We're good for you.
I am
I'm Jordan Telford. I'm the master distiller for Tortuga Rum Company. I'm a born Caymanian, and I'm very proud to say that I'm producing an exceptional quality rum that's completely handmade, start to finish, distilled, bottled, and blended right here in Grand Cayman for Tortuga Rum Company.
Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited are professional, independent insurance brokers established in 1988. We are a wholly Caymanian-owned insurance broker with a wealth of knowledge in the local and international insurance market. Our professional team service clients with a range of insurance products, including motor, home, health, contractors, marine, and business insurance, among others. Contact us at 949-0579 or email us at service@bogleins.com.
Welcome back. Poland has some of the most air-polluted areas on the planet, ranking alongside places with infamously bad air, such as Beijing and New Delhi. That's according to the World Health Organization. But policymakers there are trying to clean up the country's act. More from Reuters' Roselle Chen.
Poland has some of the most polluted air on the planet. Coal produces around 80% of the country's energy, though the government wants to have this figure by 2050. University of Silesia researchers are testing air quality, taking to the skies of Katowice in a hot air balloon with measuring equipment.
The smallest particles enter the respiratory system and they have an impact on our health. So knowing the composition and the amount of the pollutants particles in the air is very important.
A 2016 World Health Organization report found that 33 of the 50 most polluted places in the EU were in Poland, mostly in the country's south. Katowice, which lies at the heart of Poland's coal country, is one of them. The local mayor wants residents to be aware of the relationship between what they use to keep their houses warm and their health.
Everyone has someone who worked in the mines or still works in the mines. So there are certain mining traditions that haven't been interrupted for many, many years. And now breaking this impasse by the necessity of switching to another source of energy is a bit difficult. But through this education, we see that it succeeds. We see it more and more often that a grandchild asks their grandmother or grandfather, "Why are you burning this and not something else?" You see the smoke coming out of the chimney, and this smoke is bad for us, and people are becoming more and more aware.
Earlier this month, the government approved regulations that aim to ban the dirtiest coal, but the change will only take effect in 2020.
Up next, world news and stories from around the region.
of the finest liquor stores on island are located on West Bay Road on beautiful 7 Mile Beach. Tortuga Fine Wines and Spirits Governors Square, the greenery near the Strand, and 7 Mile Shops Plaza. Tortuga Fine Wines and Spirits boasts the widest selection and even offers free wine and spirit tastings at all 7 Mile Beach locations every Friday from 5 till 7 p.m. Family owned and operated since 1984.
Heat resistant, scratch resistant, stain resistant, functional and durable. Paramount Carpets brings you the beauty of granite like no one else. Choose from a large selection of quality granite from Italy and Brazil. Paramount Carpets guarantees on-time delivery and professional installation. Granite, from the earth to your home.
We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount Carpets.
Welcome back. The S&P 500 and Dow rose on the eve of U.S. congressional elections today. Financial and energy stocks gave the blue chip indexes their biggest boost. More in this Reuters report.
Mixed markets Monday. Energy stocks helped drive the Dow and S&P 500 higher, but a drop in Apple shares dragged down the Nasdaq. Henyon and Wall's chief investment officer, Kevin Mon.
And we have to remember there's some pretty strong tailwinds right now that should support higher stock prices. One, we've seen corporate earnings now grow for 3 consecutive quarters of 20% plus year-over-year growth rates. Two, we see a very low unemployment rate, moderately rising wages, and of course GDP has now grown at over 3.5% for 2 consecutive quarters.
Energy shares like Chevron and Cabot Oil rose as crude prices shot higher on the U.S.'s move to reimpose sanctions on Iran. Citigroup shares rallied. The bank's board named one of its directors, John Dugan, to become the next chairman. Apple shares dropped. The Nikkei reported the company had told assemblers to halt plans for additional production lines for the iPhone XR. Shares of billionaire investor Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway jumped. The conglomerate's quarterly operating profit doubled. Stocks closed mostly lower, dragged down by tech and industrial stocks.
In world news, the United States snapped sanctions back on Iranian oil imports today. However, top customers such as China and India were temporarily allowed to keep buying crude from the Islamic Republic. Reuters' Fred Katayama reports.
The United States slapped a ban on Iranian oil imports on Monday, but it issued waivers to top customers like China and India. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin joined Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in making the announcement.
Thank you. We are making it abundantly clear to the Iranian regime that they will face mounting financial isolation until they fundamentally change their destabilizing behavior.
President Donald Trump is trying to cripple Iran's economy and force Tehran to abandon its nuclear ambitions and stop its ballistic missile program. For now, Washington will allow 8 countries like China and Japan to keep importing Iranian oil without penalty. Pompeo said those countries have already significantly cut their purchases of Iranian crude. Oil prices rose on the news. Spartan Capital Securities chief market economist Peter Cardillo.
War of words that I think is going to intensify. And we might get new threats from the United States, and we might even get a threat from Iran. And so I think from that perspective, the price of oil probably could move higher.
Crude prices have fallen since the start of October on expectations of waivers and an increase in oil supply. Tehran has vowed to defy the sanctions.
Political pundits, analysts, and voters are focused on the U.S. congressional elections, but some vote watchers say key U.S. states could see a change in the governor's mansions. Reuters' Andy Sullivan takes a look at governors' races across the U.S., Oklahoma, Kansas, Florida, and South Dakota, among others.
Tuesday's elections could bring a new dawn for Democrats, not just in Washington, but in state capitals across the country, where Republicans have been dominant for years. I'm Andy Sullivan in Arlington, Virginia, a state that Democrats hope is a sign of things to come. Voters here rejected a Trump-backed candidate for governor last year and elected more Democrats to the state legislature. The party hopes to see that story play out across the country on Tuesday, and they could end up winning in some surprising places. Marquee governor's races in Georgia.
This is going to be a razor-close election.
And Florida are drawing national attention, but that's only part of the story. Republican Governor Scott Walker is struggling in Wisconsin, trying to win a 4th election. Democratic challenger Tony Evers is reminding voters that Walker eroded public unions. In deep red Kansas, Democrat Laura Kelly is running neck and neck with Republican Chris Kobach. Voters looking for a new direction after deep spending cuts enacted by former Republican Governor Sam Brownback.
You know, we can either reverse course and go back to the Brownback experiment, which totally devastated our state, or we can go forward.
Kobach, known as an aggressive advocate of voting restrictions.
Guys, the answers to our problems, it's smarter government.
A similar story in conservative Oklahoma, where Republican Kevin Stitt is battling Democrat Drew Edmondson. Teacher strikes earlier this year, a sign of discontent over GOP policies. Michigan, Nevada, Ohio, and Illinois among the other top targets for Democrats. Democrats also hoping to win control of as many as 11 state chambers, especially the Senate in New York, Colorado, Minnesota, and Maine. Barack Obama getting involved, endorsing several state legislative candidates after years of criticism that he let the party erode at the state level while he was president.
But maybe most of all, the character of our country is on the ballot.
Republicans currently control 33 governor's mansions and 2/3 of the state legislative chambers. The state-level battle tends to get overlooked as all eyes are focused on Congress. But in many respects, it has a more direct impact on people's lives. Over the past decade, Republicans have tightened access to abortion and restricted voting laws in many states. They've also controlled the redistricting process, which has helped to entrench their dominance. Democrats are starting out from a deep hole here. They hope to begin digging their way out on Tuesday.
Turning to regional news, undeterred by renewed threats from U.S. President Donald Trump, Central American migrants continued their march northward today from Veracruz. They are heading towards Mexico City, where they expect to arrive this evening to take up temporary shelter at a sports stadium. More than 1,000 Central American fleeing gang violence and financial hardship in their home countries are already staying at the stadium, where the city government set up medical aid and food kitchens.
We've got another check on the forecast in just 2 minutes. Stick around.
Have you heard? They have new daily meal deals at Popeyes. A different meal with side every day of the week for the same price of just $3.99. Monday is chicken soup with rice. Tuesday for the chicken bowl. 2 tenders on Wednesday. A loaded chicken wrap on Thursday. It's all about that shrimp on Friday. Chicken nuggets to start the weekend. And the mixed 2-piece to finish.
The new daily meal deals from Popeyes. A different meal every day, served with the world-famous best dressed chicken for only $3.99. Only at Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen on Eastern Avenue.
Let Seaboard bring the world to you. We offer the best shipping rates and service to and from Grand Cayman with over 35 shipping routes, full container shipping from Miami, Brooklyn, Houston, and Jamaica, plus small package shipments from Miami and Jamaica. You name it, and Seaboard will ship it. Our excellent warehouse facilities in Miami mean you can consolidate your goods to save yourself time and money. For shipping made easy, call or visit our website today. Shipping shore to shore. Seaboard.
Shipping shore to shore. Seaboard.
Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited are professional, independent insurance brokers established in 1988. We are a wholly Caymanian-owned insurance broker with a wealth of knowledge in the local and international insurance market. Our professional team service clients with a range of insurance products, including motor, home, health, contractors, marine, and business insurance, among others. Contact us at 949-0579 or email us at service@bogleins.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting today with our fisherman's forecast from the South Terminal in Georgetown. You can see our next high tide, 7:57 tonight, not too long from now. Low tides follow at 2:28 a.m. Also, we've got sunset at 5:47 p.m. and a sunrise at 6:29 a.m. tomorrow. So sun has already set now, but we are looking at the radar right now. You can see we've got a little bit of showers. They're on their way that way. That's to the west of Grand Cayman right there, following the winds, and they're getting out of the neck of woods for now, but we got a 30% chance of that for tomorrow. Let's shift gears into our temperatures right now. I do enjoy this part. 79 degrees in Georgetown. It is cooling off for all you after-work beach walkers, myself included. It's going to be fantastic out there. Let's see the rest of the island, though. 79 from end to end right there. Nice and cool out there. Let's check the sister islands. It could be warmer tonight, and you know what? That hunch is correct tonight. They're 82 degrees over there. Let's take a peek at regional weather. We can see we are the cool spot, aside from the typical cool spots down in Costa Rica. We got 79. The rest of the area, our regional neighbors, we're all in the 80s right there. Let's take a look at the Eastern Caribbean. Like there, a smattering of 70s and 80s. You can see St. Kitts also at 79 degrees. Let's end it all tonight with a peek at the 7-day forecast right there. You can see 30% chance of showers through the rest of the week. Thursday and Friday, the winds really do die down. Very flat, calm seas. Spectacular day. Only 20% showers for your Wednesday. So it's going to be a great week, just like we're used to in Grand Cayman. And the great week gets even better because Jordan Armanese, he's got sports for you next.
This have a flavor with a beat. Have a dance, make you move up your feet. Feel the rhythm in the music. Turn all into new into hits and classics. Every meal make you feel like it's a new remix. It's the most delicious in the West Indies. You know what I feel, Grace. Feel the vibe, can't you feel it? Grace. Delicious and nutritious. Yes. Quality when you taste it. Want affordable? Look for the label. Grace. Feel the vibe, can't you feel it? Grace. Delicious and nutritious. Yes. Quality when you taste it. Want affordable? Look for the label. Once you feel it, once you see it, once you taste it, it's real. Trust the flavor, the Caribbean Grace, it's real. Caribbean Grace, it's real.
We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount. Carpet, any style, carpet or tile, insulation and drywall too. Everything's beautiful, come and see. The Paramount name means quality. It'll be a brand new world under your feet. We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount. Carpet.
Eclipse Hair Design and Day Spa presents Beautiful You every second and last Thursday of the month. The beauty experts will draw from experience and share tips for personal beauty care, how to have healthy hair and glowing skin, flawless makeup application, and the latest trends and style tips. Watch Cayman 27 every second and last Thursday of the month for Beautiful You. Brought to you by Eclipse Hair Design and Day Spa.
Welcome back. We start in mixed martial arts. Undefeated and retired boxer Floyd Mayweather will step into the MMA world on New Year's Eve. Mayweather has signed with Japanese MMA promotion Rizin Fighting Federation. That happened today. And he'll fight kickboxer Tenshin Nasukawa in Saitama at Rizin 14. Now, Mayweather has never fought professionally in MMA, while his opponent, the 20-year-old Japanese kickboxer, has won all 4 of his MMA fights, 27 wins in kickboxing, 20 by knockout. Here's Mayweather on the big announcement.
Do something different. I always wanted to display my skills outside the U.S. and be in a special fight. And so this presented itself. I spoke with my team. I got with Rizin, and we put it together. We look forward to taking the Mayweather Promotions banner and the TMT banner worldwide. And if it takes working with a great guy like this, there's no problem.
Now, it has yet to be decided what format the rules for the fight will follow. All right, switching gears, Russian Karen Khachanov caused shockwave Sundays by overpowering Novak Djokovic 7-5, 6-4 in the Paris Masters final to end the Serbian's remarkable spell of dominance in the men's game. Now, Djokovic was on a 3-month, 22-match winning streak and was expected to celebrate his return to world #1 Monday with a record-extending 5th Paris title, but Khachanov took the Masters title and downed Djoko in just 1 hour, 37 minutes, including 31 crushing winners.
It means the world to me. It's one of the biggest titles in my career so far, and I couldn't be happier to finish the season like this, you know, to win the last tournament of the season, especially Masters 1000 against Novak Djokovic, world #1 in the world. So that's all explanation.
All right, switching gears once again, UFC 2 weight class champion Daniel Cormier became just the first UFC fighter to successfully defend both the light heavyweight and heavyweight titles Saturday when he submitted the Black Beast Derek Lewis in the main event of UFC 230. Now, just 30 days after Lewis knocked out Alexander Volkov at UFC 229, he was in tough against Cormier, and DC just mauled him, eventually getting the second round submission. Cormier improves to 21-1-1 and 12-0 as the heavyweight in heavyweight division, the second longest unbeaten streak among all heavyweights to compete in major MMA promotions behind just Fedor Emelianenko. How about the middleweight clash, the co-main, Ronaldo Jacare Souza and Chris Weidman. Souza with the overhand right in the third round that sent Weidman to sleep. A little bit of controversy here. Referee Dan Bergliotta didn't step in to stop the fight as Weidman laid on the floor, knocked out cold. The 38-year-old Souza, 8-time world jiu-jitsu champion, improves to 26-6-1 and 9-3 in the UFC. UFC 230 drew 17,000 plus attendees, making it nearly $3 million at the gate. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. Before we go tonight, we've got a couple special birthdays to celebrate, including a happy birthday to Kennedy Bush from your wife Chantel and children Jashawn, Kenya, Kendra, Kennedy, and Kennedy Jr. with lots of love. And a happy 93rd birthday to Miss Margaret Whitaker coming from your daughter Jewel and her family. That's our show for tonight. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night.
Good night.
Have you heard? They have new daily meal deals at Popeyes. A different meal with side every day of the week for the same price of just $3.99. Monday is chicken soup with rice. Tuesday for the chicken bowl. 2 tenders on Wednesday. A loaded chicken wrap on Thursday. It's all about that shrimp on Friday. Chicken nuggets to start the weekend. And the mixed